Walter, Walter, Chick, Chick, McGill, McGill. I go by Pastor Chick McGill.
All right. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
68.
All right. And just kind of tell me real quickly here. Let me get you over. Okay. Yeah, let me have you look at me right here. Tell me what it is that you're doing and why you're doing this.
Well, I'm walking coast to coast, promoting a new birth of freedom and integrity in America, calling attention to the Ten Commandments, the Golden Rule, and our nation's founding documents. I'm doing this on a mandate from God. It wasn't my idea at all. I was living homelessly in Arizona a couple of years ago, and God woke me up 3 nights in a row and was dealing with me about walking across America, and this was really a daunting thing in my mind. But I decided I can't argue with God, so I took on the project, and it's been a great blessing to me. I've covered almost 2,000 miles now from the coast of North Carolina, approaching Amarillo.
Well, when you started, you started in the. You said you started in the coast of North Carolina. What city was that?
That was Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina.
Okay, all right. And when was that?
April 23rd, on my 19th wedding anniversary.
April 23rd of this year?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you started and you're making your way out west.
Right, going to Santa Monica, California, Santa Monica Pier.
When you get to Santa Monica Pier, what do you intend to do?
Well, if the weather allows, I'd probably like to jump in the ocean.
And when do you anticipate getting into Santa Monica?
That'll be in March, sometime next year, March, April, something like that.
So it takes about a year to walk cross country.
Well, today is day 138 of actual walking, but I take off every Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes I take off a third day. I only walk about 15 miles a day, and at my age, I'm not going to hurt myself. I just take it easy. It's not a race.
All right. So if you were 22 years old and in the best shape of your life, and you were to walk nonstop, 7 days a week, you could probably get across in about 8 months, 7 months.
I think 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on roads and conditions,
right.
And weather. Yeah. All right. Just kind of go ahead and tell me now. Other people have done this. So what's kind of uniquely different about your story? Why you're doing this? What separates you from the last guy that has done this?
Well, it's very popular these days for veterans to walk across the country for veterans' causes. I am a veteran. I'm a Vietnam War veteran, but I'm a minister. And I've been in the ministry about 27 years, and I have seen America in a better shape than it is now. I think that America has put God out of society to the extent that it's affecting our national morals. It's affecting our families. It's affecting respect. We see just on the news today all of the problems that occur from this Black Friday sale that's going on. People fighting over TVs and things of this nature. This is not America that I grew up in. We have to get back to the basics. We have to get our families together, get respect going. We need self-respect, we need family respect, and we need national respect. And I'm carrying the American flag coast to coast as a symbol of respect that all Americans can rally around. I may be the first veteran in history to hand carry the American flag from coast to coast. And to me, this is a great honor. I salute every passing motorist as I walk across. And this is also an indication, or an example rather, of respect to my fellow Americans. In the military, a subordinate salutes a superior. And from the Bible, I've learned that we should esteem others greater than ourselves. So as I salute people, I'm saying, I respect you as my fellow American. And no matter what our denominational labels are, what our religious backgrounds are, we can respect each other if we will apply the principles of the Ten Commandments and the Golden Rule and our nation's founding documents.
So you salute every motorist that drives by, and then the other thing I wanted to ask you about, you were saying that when you visit a city, you try to visit with city leaders and give them something?
Yes, I always try to visit with the city halls. I like to talk to the mayors or the city managers and give the cities a memento of this historic walk. It's a little 40-day prayer guide for our nation. It's a non-sectarian book. And just leave a good taste in their mouths. Let them know that I've walked through their community, praying for them, and wishing a blessing upon their communities.
Okay, and the other thing I wanted to ask you about is, how this works. You said you go about 15 miles a day, and then you stay overnight in an RV, camper truck kind of thing that you have. Is that right, you and your wife?
Yes.
And she's in a car. Does she lead you or guide you?
My wife, Barbara, drives the pace car. It's a fully graphics-wrapped 2004 Ford Taurus wagon. And she goes ahead of me and then walks back to me and walks with me to the car. Sometimes she stays behind. If I'm in a dangerous area where it looks like a bunch of pit bulls or something, she'll stay behind and sort of tag along real close in case she needs to intervene. We haven't really had much trouble along the way. A few dogs have attacked, but we take care of that pretty easily.
What do you do for like food and water provisions? Do you have stuff donated, or you just get what you can afford to buy, or how's that work for you?
Well, we typically eat breakfast in our motorhome. It's a simple fare, cereal and nuts and seeds and fruit, and we typically eat like 2 meals a day. So in the afternoon, after I've finished walking, I'll walk for 5 to 7 hours, according to how many people stop me along the way. And then afterwards, we'll find a buffet or someplace to eat, and we usually eat out. A lot of times people actually pay for our meals. It's pretty often, actually, that we'll go up to pay our bill and they'll say, somebody's already paid it for you. So, people kind of know about us through different media outlets along the way, and most people really resonate with the causes.
All right. When you look back on it and it's all said and done, what are you going to remember the most from this experience of doing this?
I'll remember body pain. My legs and feet betray me. From the waist up, I'm like Atlas. My heart's good, my wind's good, my spiritual strength is really good, but my 68-year-old legs and feet do not enjoy much of this at all. But I'll remember primarily the wonderful people, hundreds of people who have stopped us along the road, people who have posted on Facebook, people who have stopped to get pictures and said, we need 1 million people doing what you're doing. And so it's getting to be vogue to walk across America. Maybe we're going to get hundreds of people doing this. And I hope that people will do it for good causes. Actually, in Amarillo, I'll be walking more than any other city in the nation. I'm going to walk around the loop. And my total walk in Amarillo is going to amount to about 55 miles. I want to leave you with a great blessing here in Amarillo.
Okay. All right. Just give me first name, last name, spell it out again.
Okay. First name Walter, Walter. Chick, middle name Chick. Last name MC, capital Gill. I go by Pastor Chick McGill. No reverends, please.
Okay. Let me ask you this: when you're down, when you're feeling kind of down and out, or you're like, oh my gosh, fatigue sets in. What's your motivation or your driving factor? What gets you over the hump or gets you to that last mile you got to do?
Well, this is a prayer walk, and prayer is very strong. I pray to God for help. Sometimes when I'm having pain in my knee, I say, Father, I need help with this knee. It's hurting me. And 95% of the time, the pain goes away. And I sing songs. I write songs while I'm walking. And when it's a cloudy day, I have a long neck. I stick my head above the clouds, and I march forward.
Now, in an effort to raise more awareness to the purpose of the walk, one of the things that Pastor Chick McGill does to every motorist that drives by, he gives them a friendly salute. Yep. All right, can you stretch out? Can you do a little stretching there for me?